Woo! Have you heard of the CWB method? The method CWB, and why and how it is extremely helpful to getting better photos, becoming better at photography, taking photos you love absolutely more, having more fun with it. Just sounds way too good, that CWB method. Let's dig a little bit into this and how it can help us. Alright, I'm gonna get something out of this bag, something that honestly is staying in here for way too long, and I'm gonna explain to you, but I want to know right now in the comments, let me know if you've been trapped at some point where you go somewhere, you take your camera, you put it in the bag, you go shoot, or you go with friends, you go with family, and you come back and you forgot you had a camera in your bag. You maybe didn't even take it out. You literally spent the whole day carrying it and you didn't use it. Has that ever happened to you? Let me know in the comments, yes or no, because the other day it happened to me again and I was like, I need to absolutely go to that CWB method and keep it forever. Why? Because bags are tricky. Bags are dangerous. Bags trap our cameras. Why do they trap our cameras? Well, very simply, you put the camera in the bag, you don't see the camera anymore. The moment you want to take a photo, the moment there's something cool, your family, kids moving around in a cool way, the light is changing, it's absolutely beautiful how it's hitting palm trees or hitting a corner of a street, or you have some really incredible moment happening in the street, well, by the time you get that camera out, and especially if it's in a backpack, you're missing the moment. That's where the CWB method is going to be so impactful. And why do I carry a strap around me? Because the strap method is also a method that is a little dangerous. Have you ever had that? So you have your camera, you have it on a leash like that, right? You're strapped in, you're like all happy, and you go with your friends, family, you go shoot, you're like, I'm gonna walk around, go to work because I'm trying to practice with my photography, I'll take my camera with me, and you just end up carrying a camera but not taking photos actively. Why? Again, because by the time something happens, you grab your camera, you turn it back on, you start shooting, or you had it behind. It is actually a little bit, it has happened to me at least, so I'm curious if it has happened to you, where I would walk around and I wouldn't take the camera and put it to my eye so many times. And then I'll walk a little bit, another block, and I'll be like, that could have been a good shot, but now I'm a little lazy and I left the camera and I had the lens hood on also. The lens hood is a very critical point. I had the lens hood on, so it's like, okay, now I'm ready, you know? If that has happened to you, tell me in the comments. I know, you're like, where is Pierre going with this? Well, if you remember, I love being in the streets. I love traveling. I love shooting. And something I've realized is that I've never dropped a camera intentionally ever in my life. The one time, two times I dropped cameras on the floor was first when it was on the table and the strap got ripped and it fell on the floor. Like I tripped in my strap and it took the camera to the floor. And the other one was when it was in the backpack and the camera opened itself up. It wasn't closed properly and the camera fell on the floor. I broke a lens. Anyway, I was kind of crying. I didn't have PPA as an insurance at the time and I had to pay. So definitely get PPA, Professional Photographers of America. Their insurance is good. They've been sponsored in the past, but honestly, wow, super helpful if you're breaking anything or if you're getting your gear stolen. My point is that all those tools that we think are important for photographers are actually hindering our photography. Why is that? Well, very simply, because they're preventing us from taking photos. They're making it slower. They're making the process more difficult, and every layer of friction you're adding will keep you from taking photos and from practicing and from maybe being available for the one shot that is defining, where there's this one person that's doing something special, that one turn where the light changes and it hits perfectly, that one car that you wanted to take a photo of. So the CWB method is camera without a bag, and there's a CWS method, which is camera without a strap. Let me explain. I'm sure you understand by now, but basically carry your camera without a bag and without a strap. Go with nothing. I've had tons of comments on YouTube over the years, and you've seen it so many times. Pierre, why are you not wearing a strap? Pierre, oh, you're wearing a strap today. That's surprising. I know when it happens, people are surprised. Or, yeah, how can you be carrying your camera all the time? I would have anxiety with that. And people would be like, I have anxiety just seeing you with a camera. Yes, but it allows me for several things. It allows me to always be ready to shoot. It allows me to always stay connected mentally with my camera, so that when I'm out there shooting, even if I'm just with friends or family, I will have the camera ready, and I will take a lot more photos than if I had a strap or if I had it in a bag. As small as the bag may be, even a small bag like this, I'm telling you, I've had, even the other day, again, we were in a waterfall or something, the kids were yelling, and it was a little bit of a mess. I didn't take the camera out once because it was in my bag. Had I carried it in my hand, honestly, I would have taken photos all along the way, but just that little friction made it impossible. So how do you make this method work without being too afraid? First, know that if you have a small camera like this, I probably wouldn't do it, especially if you have some kind of Leica or something, unless you had a really good grip on your camera and you were able to hold it steadily in your hand. Any cameras that have a real handle like this, I will absolutely do it. You know, there's no risk of it falling. My finger test, if you watch the channel long enough, is something I do all the time. You see the camera doesn't fall that easily. So if you hold it with your 3 fingers, 4, 5 fingers, it's not gonna fall. It's very practical. If you need to do anything and you're in the streets, just put it under your arm. You hold it like this. It's not gonna fall off. I've never dropped it on the floor, and I've had my camera hit more objects when I had it on a strap, and it would like swing around, than when I had it in my hand. And I know it's scary, but try it. Let me know in the comments how it goes. And the benefit is much higher for me to get impactful photos with strong story and that will document things than having my camera in a bag or with a strap. And that is even truer when I'm in transit, when I'm traveling to a new destination that I may have to shoot. If I don't have my camera in hand, I'm missing a lot of transitional shots or candid shots with, let's say, a driver, let's say with one of the guides, or like context a little bit on the travel. And that is what makes the whole story purposeful and impactful for the viewer. So the only accessory for this I would recommend to you would be literally a thumb grip. If you don't have a good grip on your camera, use a thumb grip, that will be enough. Or if you're really afraid, use a, use a wrist strap that will go just around your wrist and to here, and that may work. But even with a wrist strap, the problem is that, honestly, I find it hard to come in and out of it. That's just me. I've seen photographers also with just a little strap here, so their hand is always like slipped in and doesn't come off easily, and you can even hold your camera like this. It's a great tool in order to stay with that CWB method without being afraid when you're in the streets. But honestly, I can't stress it enough. Go out there, go shoot, try something different, try something new without your strap, without a camera backpack, and see how it impacts how you shoot, how you experience things. And try it especially in a family context, maybe, where normally you would have it in the bag and you would only take one photo. See if it changes anything for you. Now, if you're tempted, leave a big thumbs up to this video so more photographers can try the CWB method. And with that being said, watch this video if you want to see me in the streets actually practicing, and watch this one if you're a little confused about camera settings. But remember, just be free. No bag, no strap, just your camera and yourself.